Hello everyone, and welcome to Eclectic Collecting. Today we're going to take a look at some merchandise that was exclusive to the 2002 Jump Festa, featuring characters from the series Hikaru no Go. Alright, I thought we would start with a little bit of background information, because I believe that Hikaru no Go is probably not nearly as popular or well-known of a series as some of the other ones that I feature on this channel, so I'd be happy to give some people an introduction to it. Hikaru no Go is a manga and an anime that follows the story of Shindo Hikaru, who is a young boy who one day discovers this old Go board in his grandfather's attic. And if you're not sure, Go is an ancient Chinese board game that's popular in a lot of different Asian countries. Here's the board. So you can see that it's played on this square board with these small stones. And it's a game that requires a lot of strategy. It's a very mental game and an extremely complex game. And so he finds the board in his grandfather's attic, and he also finds that the board is haunted by a spirit. And the spirit is of a man who was known as Fujiwara no Sai, and we usually just call him Sai, and this is him right here, who passed away probably around 1,000 years ago. And during his lifetime, he was a Go master, and he was actually an instructor to the Emperor of Japan in Go. And after he died, he was given the opportunity to remain in the form of a spirit. And this is the second time he's come in contact with a mortal and being given the opportunity to try and reach a level of perfection in Go that he never got to during his lifetime. So he teaches Hikaru about Go, and Hikaru becomes very interested in his own right and strives to become a professional on his own. So you see their relationship and Hikaru's journey becoming a professional Go player throughout the series. The manga came out from 1998 to 2003, and the anime came out from 2001 to 2003. So it's actually one of the most recent series that I make a point of actively collecting merchandise from. And just for a little more background information, the story is by Yumi Hota, and the art is headed by Takashi Obata. The probably most famous work that Obata has worked on is Death Note, and then Hota, as far as I know, is best known for Hikaru no Go. And if you want to read the story of how they sort of began to work together, you can pause and read it here. But basically, Hota entered a contest that was being held by Weekly Shonen Jump, and she was a runner-up in the story category for her idea for this Go-based manga, and then eventually she was paired up with Obata to do the artwork, and the rest is history, and they made an entire series out of it. Now, the other thing that I mentioned in the intro is Jump Festa. So that's the other thing I want to give a little background in case you weren't sure. Jump Festa is this really big convention that's held in Tokyo every year. It's been held since 1999 and it's continuing to this day. And it's a really big manga convention. And every year at the Jump Festa, they have exclusive items. So different series that are popular, they make items that are only going to be sold at the convention. So in 2002, which is the one I'm specifically talking about, Hikaru no Go was still coming out as a manga and an anime, and there were some exclusives that you could get at that convention that year, and I've gotten a few of them. There are definitely more that I don't own, so if you have some different ones that I don't have, please let me know, because I'm very interested to know what else is out there. But I thought we could take a look at my Hikaru no Go 2002 exclusives. So here's our first one. I have it in the original box, which I was quite excited to get, even though it is basically just a plain cardboard box. For some reason, I really like the sturdiness and these heavy-duty staples that it has. And then it does also have our branding here. So we have the name of the series, Hikaru no Go. We've got a little image of a Go board with Go stones on it. And then here, you know me, is teacup. So that's what's inside. And then we have Jump Festa 2002 and our, copyright information. And they're really good at branding the stuff as being from Jump Festa with the year. So it is usually fairly straightforward to tell when and where this stuff is from if you are questioning it. So we open up the box and we have two ceramic teacups. It does include this cardboard divider to keep them separate while they're in the box. So let's take a look at these. We've got our two main characters on these. So we have Hikaru. Here's his full name, Shindo Hikaru. And then there's some Go stones. The color of the background of Hikaru's is sort of actually like a grayish beige color, and then he's got the orange for the coloring. And then we have the name of the series on the back, Hikaru no Go. And then on the bottom of the cup, we have Jump Festa 2002. Like I said, very good at branding their stuff at Jump Festa. And then Sais is of a similar style. He's also here represented in this very cute chibi form. Here's his name, Fujiwara no Sai. We've got the Go Stones and the name, and Jump Festa 2002. And his is in this lovely purple color with the dark purple illustrations. So these are super cute. I think that they're absolutely beautiful. I was super excited to get them and add them to my collection. I actually got them on a proxy buying site, and I had an order coming from Japan, and this was actually probably my #1 most exciting thing that I was getting during that particular order. I couldn't wait to get them. They are available in the United States from sellers on like eBay and, places like that, but it tends to be cheaper to get things like this from Japan rather than the US. So that's one of the things that if you were a fan of Hikaru no Go in 2002, you could have gotten at Jump Festa. Put them away. And then the other thing that I have is this keychain, or double key holder as they call it. We've got Hikaru no Go at the top. We've got same stuff down there at the bottom. And you can see these are actually the same designs that are on the teacup for the characters, but they are in full color for the keychains. The back is plain. I am going to open this up and take it out so we can see it a little better. I'm not a strict in-box or in-packaging collector. I kind of do a little bit of both depending on the item itself. This is just plain plastic and it can easily go back inside, so I'm not worried about it at all. So we can see these up close. We have this nice gold color in the background and the lining. On the back of Sais, it does say Jump Festa 2002. The back of Hikaru is plain. And you might notice that mine is getting a little bit tarnished or discolored. I don't think that's from use. I think that it's never been used, but just from age. And these keychains to me were a little bit confusing when I first saw them. They work a little differently than other keychains I've seen before. So you have to squeeze it and then tilt that part. So that's how the keychain mechanism works. I mean, maybe that's common in some places, but for me, it was a new one. And that's that. Super cute. Again, same style, same images, but with the color. So that's what I have for the 2002 Jump Festa Hikaru no Go products. There were definitely others available, especially I know for a fact there was trading cards. There might have been other stuff too. So if you know what those other things were, or if you have them, please leave it in the comments down below. I'd love to hear more about it. Or if you have items, especially Hikaru no Go items from other Jump Festa years, I would like to hear about that as well. So please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.